Hi there, it's Kevin from RogueDeckBuilder.com here with an updated list of Epic Experiment. There have been a lot of people asking me to do an Epic Experiment now with Gatecrash is out. Unfortunately, I've scoured the Gatecrash data and it doesn't seem like there's any card that really helps this deck at all. So I've just kind of updated the old Epic Experiment with some new strategy here with Reforge the Soul and Faithless Looting. There was a deck not too long ago, maybe a month or two ago, that didn't use Epic Experiment, but kind of used Reforge the Soul, Faithless Looting, Burn at the Stake combination as the deck. And I just think that Epic Experiment is such a great inclusion in that deck. It gives it a lot more reach, and it doesn't really hurt the power level of the deck. So there's two possible ways you can go with Epic Experiment. One is this Reforge the Soul Faithless Looting package. The other is to ditch this package for more of a Forbidden Alchemy and Desperate Ravings package. And I'm not sure which one I like better. I kind of like the consistency of the Forbidden Alchemy Desperate Ravings is a little bit better, but the ability to go off earlier is definitely this is more of an advantage if you want more quick or more dramatic victories, more like overwhelming victories. Reforge the Soul Faithless Looting is better, as you can dump your hand and draw quite quickly with Faithless Looting, and then Miracle into Reforge the Soul to draw 7 more cards to work with. So I don't know. I'm testing it out for this version, since I do have a video up with the Forbidden Alchemy and the Desperate Ravings version. I decided to tape this version. One of the things that I already noticed that is bad with Reforge the Soul is Loxodon Smiter is a real card out there, and I was playtesting this earlier, and I Reforged the Soul. I miracled it on turn 3, and he dropped 3 Loxodon Smiters off of it. So there is that drawback to Reforge the Soul, because Loxodon Smiter is in standard at the moment. So anyway, let's just go down the deck tech here. So I'm using 25 lands. I think it's a necessity to use this many with Faithless Looting, as you will be ditching a lot of them. Same with Reforge the Soul. So I'm just using 2 of the Innistrad lands and M13. I'm just using this, well, the 8 here, 2 of each, 2 Glacial Fortresses, 2 Clifftop Retreats, 2 Drowned Catacombs, and 2 Dragonskull Scummets. With these cards, I want every one of my lands I want to be able to add for one of my primary colors here. So each one of them is either add for a blue or a red, and that is why I've included these ones. I might need to go up a few more cards, a few more black sources to flash back this Lingering Souls, but as of Lingering Souls is the only black mana in this entire deck, I don't really see the point of going up more than 4. Plus, Past in Flames gives it a way to flash back for its white if we have to. So I used to have Dreadbores in a few other versions. I'm using Azorius Charms instead of Dreadbores in the sideboard. I think Azorius Charm is just very good right now against the meta with the Falconwrath Aristocrats. Not very good against Hellrider, but it's great against like Boros Reckoner. Every way in my deck, I did get rid of the pillars, because everything in my deck is to deal with mass creatures except for Azorius Charm. Azorius Charm, the ability to just cycle it is so key in this deck, as if you do hit it off an Epic Experiment, it at least can just draw a card. So let's go down the list here. Got it, just a 2 of Krinkle's Command. I'm using a combination of Goblin Rally and Krinkle's Command here. And so just 2 Krinkle's Commands, 3 Aggro Boluses. I have one more in the sideboard that comes in versus aggro. And then a 1 of Increasing Vengeance. I used to run more of these. It is amazing if you can copy. Even like a Lingering Souls is great to copy. But copying a big Epic Experiment is awesome as well. Then we have 4 of Lingering Souls, which is basically this deck's best card. It works the best with Battle Hymn. Then we have Epic Experiment. I'm using 3 copies of it. I might go down to 2, but I think 3 is a good number in this deck. You can pitch the excess ones to Faithless Looting. And then 4 Goblin Electromancers. This card is amazing in this deck, of course. Makes everything cost 1 less. Now onto the lands that I'm using 4 Sulphur Falls. So I guess I'm using actually more Innistrad lands than I said before, because they do tap for the blue and the red, which are the most important colors in this deck. And then 4 Sacred Foundries, 4 Steam Vents, and 4 Hallowed Fountains. So a total of 12 shock lands, and 12 of the Innistrad / M13 lands. And then I'm running a 1 of Desolate Lighthouse. This card is very good in this deck. It's very good against the control matchups. Then we're running 2 Pass in Flames, and 2 Goblin Rallies, and 2 Burn at the Stakes. Even though this is our kill condition, it's very easy to find this as we're cycling through our deck quite quickly. And then a 4 of Battle Hymn to kind of get our combo off. Now let's go on to the sideboard. The sideboard I mainly have versus aggro decks. I've got the package of 4 Supreme Verdicts and 3 Terminus, and I might want to switch this around to 4 and 3 or 3 and 3 or something. I don't know. I'm still messing around with what's the best. Supreme Verdict's not very good against the Aristocrats deck, but it's very good against like Naya Humans. It's very good against Naya Aggro. Decent against red deck wins and whatnot. And then we got Azorius Charm. Azorius Charm, I've already talked about it, puts a card back on top of the library. Very good against those Gruul decks and Naya decks. Got Erase specifically for Rest in Peace. Rest in Peace and Curse of Deathhold do hurt this deck a lot, so I do have 2 Erases. And then another Augur of Bolas in the sideboard, and a Tauren Sky Summoner against the control. Other cards I have played with in Epic Experiment in the past that you might want to include in your own version are Chandra, the Firebrand. She's actually pretty good. I've copied some huge Epic Experiments off her. I've copied, like a Goblin Rally off her before. Pretty good card. I think the meta is very hostile to Planeswalkers right now, so that is why I didn't include any. I've also, of course, like I said, I've played with the Forbidden Alchemy / Desperate Ravings package, which I did like a lot, and this is a newer version, which I haven't played with as much. I've played with Dreadbore before, and Dreadbore's pretty good. I just don't like that it's not instant speed. Pillar of Flames I used to have in this deck, but I think the good old red deck wins is, and that sort of strategy is being replaced more by the Flint of Boar Burning Tree Emissary type combination, and so Pillar of Flame doesn't hit a lot of things that I'd want to hit, like Boros Reckoner and like Restoration Angels. So Pillar of Flame used to be really good when Messenger was huge in the format. Now that Messenger and Strangler Geist aren't as big as they used to be, there's really not a point of running Pillar of Flame. Searing Spear is another card that you could run, but I just don't like it. I think that you're not trying to do damage directly to their face, so Dreadbore would be better than Searing Spear, I believe. So anyway, I'm trying to think of some other cards I've used in the past in this deck, and yeah, I can't really think of any at the moment here. I have used actually Planar Cleansing before as well, and it is a way to get rid of Planeswalkers, and it's something that I might actually want to go down like a Supreme Verdict and put into Planar Cleansing, as it does get rid of Rest in Peace and Curse of Deathhold as well. But other than that, I think this is pretty much the list that I have ran. Instead of Goblin Rally, you could also run Increasing, what is it called? Increasing Devotion, I believe. See if I have any copies here of Increasing Devotion. Yeah, okay, so Increasing Devotion is the same cost as Goblin Rally, and I do have enough white sources for it, but sometimes that double weight is hard. But it does have a flashback of 9, and actually if you Pass in Flames it and flash it back for 5, it actually does put 10 tokens into play, as it says, if this card is cast from your graveyard. So Increasing Devotion but I want to run probably Snapcaster Mages. Well, I guess Snapcaster would make it about the same, would make it 7 mana, but Increasing Devotion, I just don't like the double white, even though I think we could support a double white by adding a few more white lands if that was the case. Anyway, let's just get on to some games here. And yeah, this is Epic Experiment in Gatecrash. This is Kevin from RogueDeckBuilder.com. Thanks for watching.